Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Nordic support that is going to be coming out, as well as the new Ghostrick support, which also just got announced. So this is relatively new news. I know for sure that the Nordic support here on this page, it says here that this was announced September 13th, or this article was September 13th. I think it was maybe late on the 12th. And then if we're looking at the Ghostrick stuff, this was a little bit earlier actually. I didn't hear about it until like yesterday or 2 days ago, but yeah, September 9th. So we're just going to go over this new stuff. You guys know that I love both Nordics and Ghostricks. They're some of my most widely viewed videos here on YouTube, so I might as well talk about it. I think that I'm a fairly high intellectual that can or maybe I'm not an intellectual. I can talk about these decks because I know the ins and outs of most of the routes, the different types of strategies, different ways you can run the deck. So I really do love the artwork on this new card. This is the only one that I've seen so far. So let's just get on into this. We have, so there's 4 new support cards to the deck. So and I'm not totally sure when these are coming out, so don't quote me on anything with there, but I think that the Ghostrick stuff is supposed to be coming out in like January or February. Would have been really cool if we would have been getting it in fall around Halloween. But anyways, so we have a level 3 Light Beast tuner effect monster. His name is Bursty of the Nordic Beast. I found a lot of people said that with my Valkyrie video that I spoke very well of the names. It's pretty easy to speak like Nordic or Germanic or anything like that. All you got to do is talk like Master Kilvin from Name of the Wind. Let me know in the comments if you guys have read that book. Great book, by the way. But Bursty of the Nordic Beasts. His attack is 300, defense 100. Probably not too important because he's just a tuner. So hopefully he's a little bit better than the Gullvig. So for a Synchro Summon, you can substitute this for any one Nordic tuner. Okay, so he's like the Vanitas, which can do the substituting. So you can use him for Odin or Loki as well as Thor. And you can only use its first and second effects. So we have, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Nordic monster from your hand. That's awesome. That's something that this deck has needed for a very long time. The only problem with adding more support like this at this point is that everything is really, really nullified by the fact that we have the Gullvig, the Link monster. So Bursty would be good. It would have been really good 8 years ago maybe, but let's keep going. We have you can target 1 Nordic monster in your graveyard except for himself and add it to your hand, which is good, getting back some hand advantage. So like I said, with the Gullvig, the Link monster, this doesn't really matter because special summoning stuff to your field, unless we get something that when it's summoned you get more advantage from the deck, we need to pull more cards out of the deck and get them into the hand, because with the Link 1 monster, you're able to get rid of cards that are in your hand on the field and banish them in order to special summon other stuff from the deck, and then you basically get your free Synchro Summon there. So it's so what this deck needs is just more hand advantage. So I do like that second effect that once this baby is on the field, you're able to add something to your hand, which is cool. So and it has a little bit of fun fact. So we have Bursty is the artificial golden boar forged by the sons of Ivaldi as a gift to the god Freyr as part of a dare by Loki to one of the dwarves. Wow, that's okay. That's interesting. Not important to Yu-Gi-Oh, but let's keep going. So I like that card. That card's okay. Hopefully he's not the best thing we're getting. Hopefully we get something else a little bit better. So here we have Ivaldi. Okay, so Ivaldi, it said, did it say that Ivaldi was, one of the sons of Ivaldi? Okay, so this guy's like his master. So we have Ivaldi of the Nordic Smith. Very cool. I like the artwork. Looks like Master Kilvin, actually. So we have a level 4 Earth Warrior. So he's Nordic Smith. This is the first Nordic Smith that we've gotten. So maybe this will be like a generic line of stuff where we've had Nordic Ascendant, Beast, and can't think of the other one at the moment. But did I say Ascendant? Alfar. Alfar is the other one for Loki. You can only use first and second effect of this once per turn. If you control a Nordic or Azure monster, you can special summon this from the hand. Pretty cool, again, as long as it has a good effect on field. So if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Nordic Relic card from your deck to your hand. That's good. I saw that we do have a spell card coming up next, so hopefully the Nordic Relic card is really broken, because again, it doesn't matter if we get stuff onto the field, because we can get stuff to the field from our Link 1 monster. The only way that this does matter is if we're able to spam so much that we're able to actually get 2 of the Nordic monsters onto the field. So if you can summon Gulvig, go into Odin, and then also spam out some of these guys before in the process, and then still go into Loki. So like you could theoretically summon out Gullenbursty, use his effect to special summon like a Vanitas to the Vanitas, not the Valkyrie. So yeah, summon out Vanitas, use Vanitas in order to Vanitas could pitch something to the graveyard, use his effect to add back to your hand, and then you could like link away. You'll still have like the Vanitas or the Gullenbursty on the field. Get out your Odin basically for free, and then if you still have your Ivaldi in hand, then you could summon him and then add a Nordic Relic card. So then you would actually, and he's not a tuner, so you would have a tuner in that scenario, and then a level 4, and then all you would need to do is get out 1 more monster, and then you could actually have out 2 synchros. So that's pretty good. Okay, so let's keep going. So before I read this card, the one thing that I said that this deck needs, if you guys watch, I'll put a link at the end of in the card. But I said I made a whole video on sort of some custom cards that I built, and basically what I figured out was that the deck really needs a good field spell similar to Orchestrated Babel that would enable the deck to be able to use Synchro Monster effects as a quick effect during the opponent's turn. That way, Odin can stop itself from being like hit by stuff, like Super Poly, which I guess Super Poly would still be able to activate during the standby phase, but Triple Tactics Talents, so it can't get stolen. Other stuff like anything that's not a quick play spell, but again, and then again, if you also added a clause that their effects can't be responded to as well as their summon, the deck is it's very close to being fixed and can actually compete at a very good casual level, because then you could activate like the effect during the draw phase or whatever or something, and its effect can't be responded to or something before they can summon out something to like do a super poly with. That would be really cool and really good. But anyways, let's move on into these spells now that I've gone through my little rant. But check out that video if you guys want to see some other routes that I think that the deck should go with. So we have the Nordic Relic, Hildalskadolf, Hildskalf, I think that's how you'd say it. Hildskalf. Okay, so this Nordic Relic spell, use the first and second effect once per turn. Special summon 1 Nordic monster from your deck. Nice, I like that. You cannot special summon from the extra deck while the summoned monster is face up on the field except for Azir monsters, which is a problem because the Gulvig Link monster is not an Azir, it's a Nordic, I believe. It's a Gulvig of the Nordic Ascent. So, so that is kind of a problem. So, but again, this would just be another way to extend. So, actually, this is your way that you could get that second Link monster again. So, you do that whole spiel that I was talking about before. You special summon Ivaldi onto the field, as long as you have a Nordic or an Azir monster. When he's normal special summon, then you add a Nordic Relic. Add this, and then special summon your last. In this scenario, you would need a level 2 or a 3 monster onto the field, and then you're able to go into that second Synchro Summon, which is very cool. I like that. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add 1 Nordic monster from your deck to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your deck into the hand. That's okay. It's nice for a little bit of like hand revamping. In this deck, you can play hand traps and like Blackluster Soldier, but if like your Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning isn't live, or you have a hand trap that's like not working at the moment, then you could put it back into the deck and add a Nordic monster from deck to hand. That's okay. The first effect is still very good. I like that. Okay, so that card pretty good. And then you can use one of the first and second effect. You can only use one of the first and second. Did this have the same? You can only use one. You can only use the first, second, and then this was also, you can use the first and second. Yeah, so, but these last two you can only use one effect, which is still fine. So you can only use one of these effects per turn. If you control an Azir monster, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls That's pretty good. I like that. All face-up cards, so it's not just monsters, all cards, which is good. So depending on if you have Odin on the field, and then like your opponent's trying to do stuff, Odin doesn't really have any good protection during your opponent's turn. But again, Thor can already kind of negate like monster effects and stuff, but still, I think this is pretty good. And then also, you contribute one Nordic monster, target one Aesir monster in your graveyard and special summon it. I was hoping that this would be another graveyard effect, because it does make sense when they do this. You can only use one effect per turn. It does make sense when they do that on something that has a graveyard effect, but tribute a Nordic monster, target an Aesir in your graveyard, special summon it. That's okay. You know, I'm not too upset about that. Tribute a Nordic and then special summon a Aesir from graveyard. It's a free way to get a monster, but you're rarely going to be using that. I think that you're probably going to use this more often. You know, but it is still a nice backup. So like they could have just very well printed this card with this effect and it would have been fine. But they added this as a nice bonus if you're in the scenario where you really need that. So I think that's okay. So that's it for the new Nordic support. Again, I really think it's pretty obvious that they need to add a field spell that gives you quick effects during the opponent's turn. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But this, again, I'm not positive. If anyone knows in the comments, please let us know when these cards are going to get released. I think that this was just an OCG release. But I love the artwork on these cards. This is cool. Again, I don't know why they're going with the Nordic Smith here. I think that, but again, he's not a beast, and so it makes sense. He's a humanoid, so it makes sense why they would make him a beast, and he works with this beast. So we'll just have to see what they do with some other typing. But we're gonna go on now into the Ghostrick support. You guys know I love Ghostricks. I actually did a warm-up duel with this deck just to refresh my memory. It's been a while since I've touched the deck. But yeah, very excited for new Ghostrick support. I played against an Orcust deck right before this, and I actually milled out the Orcust deck because they ended up a new thing that just blew my mind is that if you get your Ghostrick Nightmare, where they can't flip summon, and then you get out a Angel of Mischief, and then they used They used the Phantom Knights card, Fogblade. They Fogbladed me, so they couldn't attack me, they couldn't flip anything, and then I just milled them out. It was really cool. But anyways, let's get on into this new stuff. So it's spook time. It's time to spook 21 style. These cards are probably coming out in the OCG 2021, or else maybe, I guess this is probably just the guy writing the article. So we have the Ghostrick Siren. I really love that. That's a cool name. For any of you guys know like the lore of sirens and stuff, this is a really nice. It's fun whenever we get a new thing of like fantasy lore. So siren is generally something that like attracts men. Ooh, we got a new Link monster. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything. So we have cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster. That's the general clause. And then if this card is normal summoned or flipped face up, send the So it does have this is something that Ghostricks have needed for a while. Is they do need to have effects that still work when they're normal summoned. So like if Ghostrick Skeleton worked like this, where it's normal summoned or flip face up, it would be really, really solid because there's a lot of times where you have to add Skeleton and then you don't get to mill until the next turn. So this is really solid. I like this. So send when it's normal summoned or flip face up, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if there was a Ghostrick card among them, you can apply one of these effects. So we're milling ourselves. That's interesting. But I shouldn't keep scrolling. The deck does still work with some milling stuff because you want to get stuff in the graveyard for your Alucard and your Dullahan. So we have add 1 Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck to your hand, or change 1 effect monster your opponent controls to face down defense. And then also once per turn you can change this card to face down defense. So that's pretty cool. You get to apply one of these effects. Change 1 effect monster to face down defense. It's not always needed because there's a lot of other ways to do that, but it's nice to just add this on to this in case you're like in a spot where you really need to put something face down. Again, really similar to that trap card for the Nordics. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of other ways to like get the Nordics back to the field, but it's just nice to add that as an extra option. Adding 1 Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck to your hand is really amazing because That means that we have ways, like another way to get into the field spell quicker. That was, like, again, I was just doing some test tools to just sort of get a feel for the deck again. And I feel like with getting to the field spells is super important, especially Parade, in my opinion. So I really like that. That's good. Ooh, and then this card just has a beautiful art. It's a Link 1 monster. Okay, I would have thought Link 4 by how much stuff is going on, but we have like a lot of the monsters, maybe all of them. There's too much there. There's too much going on to really see. But we have Ghostrick Festival. Really cool name. I like that. So it has a link arrow to the bottom, which is pretty nice. It was nice when we got the Master Rule 4 revision, which means that with Ghostrick Skeleton, you can actually mill for 6 cards instead of 5, which was the old school rule, and we just had the 5 monsters ones. Now you can mill for 6, which is really cool. So Materials is a non-link Ghostrick monster, so makes sense. You can also use a face-down Ghostrick monster you control as material to link summon this card. So, okay, that makes sense. Use a Ghostrick monster you control as material to link summon this card. Oh, face down. Okay, so you can use your face downs. That's cool. In case you like use something and you just set something and you're like, I really want to. Yeah, because they can't normal summon themselves unless there's another Ghostrick. So that's cool. I like that. Your Ghostrick monsters. You can only use the second effect once per turn. But I guess you can use the first effect. So your Ghostrick monsters can attack directly while there is a Ghostrick card in the field zone. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah, some like the Ghostrick field spell cards, they used to like really, they used to sort of stop you sometimes from being able to make big swings, especially if you're going with like the Ghostrick Ghoul route. So this does make sense to be able to attack directly as long as you have your Ghostrick field spell. So that's nice. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can tribute this card. Special summon 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck in face down defense position. Okay, so this card has no protection and is 0 attack, so that's problematic unless there's a solution to this. So when an opponent's monster declares an attack, okay, so you tribute this card. So you tribute it, get it out of the way so you don't take any big damage. Special summon a Ghostrick from your deck and face on defense. I like that. So like if you open up with something, you kind of get a bunk hand, you can just set a Ghostrick monster face down, and then so it's set. Link it away because you can link away with a face-down Ghostrick monster, and then you'd be able to attack for some damage if you are able to get something else out onto the field, and then your opponent's monster declares an attack, tribute this, and then you can get like a skeleton or a Jiangshi if your opponent's attacking with like a really weak guy. Like they're at the end of their battle phase. Well, they wouldn't be at the end of their battle phase because they're attacking this thing. But anyways, they're at the beginning of their battle phase. They're about to attack into something. You get out like a Jiangshi, and then you stop the attack with like a Jack Frost or something. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I was thinking this would maybe be another field spell. That would be crazy. I think the deck is fine on field spells. We don't really need another one. So we have Ghostrick Shot. That's probably like the least interesting name, but it looks like there's some sort of like a ray gun or something coming in here, and someone's stopping their festival. Someone's stopping the party. So no, we got another trap card too. So you can only use first and second effect of this once per turn. Special summon 1 Ghostrick monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can change 1 face down Ghostrick monster you control to face up attack position. Pretty good. I like that. Getting to special summon a Ghostrick, and then put a face down monster you control to face up attack position means you can get some extra flip summoning and stuff going on, especially again if you had just set something and you need to get like a face up on the field. So it's nice. This deck for a long time needed some way to special summon something from the hand, or getting back from the graveyard is really nice. You can banish this from the graveyard, target 1 Ghostrick XZ monster you control, and attach 1 Ghostrick card from your graveyard to it as material. That's good. That's very nice. Banish from graveyard, I like that. And you can use both of these effects in the same turn. That's fantastic because you're able to, instead of XZing into another copy of Alucard and then doing all of your shenanigans again in order to get him to the graveyard and then get like one of the hand trap guys back or like a skeleton back, then you're just able to attach it back as material, detach it off of like your Angel of Mischief, and then get both of their effects off again. I like that. That's a good card. A lot of this support is actually pretty solid. Not going to be, these decks will never be uber competitive, but I'm liking it. So this is our last card. So we have Ghost Trick or Treat. I like that. Ghost Trick or Treat. It's kind of like the puns that they're doing with like the AI deck. Like, hey, I love you and all that stuff. Yeah, this is nice. Ghost Trick or Treat. That pun's been needed for a while. So you only activate. Note, this card was inspired by Trick or Treating. Thanks Konami. Thanks for adding that, or whoever wrote this article. So activate one card with this name's or with this card's name per turn, and it only has one effect. So let's see what that effect is. If you control a Ghost Trick, Link monster, or field spell, pretty cool. You're probably always going to have one of those. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your opponent can pay 2,000 life points to make this effect become set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Wow. Otherwise, this turn that target cannot attack. Its effects are negated. Also, this card is changed. Also, it is changed to face down defense position during the end phase. That's a cool card. I like that. So your opponent has this option in order to set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. And so it won't. So the whole effect will get stopped. So your opponent's just like, oh, I really want this card's effect to go off. I really want it to attack. Pay 2,000 life points and negate that. Otherwise, this turn the target cannot attack. Its effects are negated, and then it's changed to face down defense. As long as it's not like a Link monster or something, it'll get changed face down. That's good. I like all of this new support. So we have this card it's a negate. It can change stuff face down. It stops attacks. Very good. I wish it was more of a blanket. It would be really broken or something if it would be really competitive. And yeah, broken if this did it for the whole field. If it was like a Mirror Force or like a Drowning Mirror Force or whatever it is that flips stuff face down, as well as an Infinite Impermanence or a Skill Drain for the whole opponent's field, that would be a little bit hard. Oh, okay, so this is Ghost Trick Shot. I get it. Okay, this is named after Trick Shot. Ghost Trick Festival. Oh, this is like Halloween here. And then obviously a Siren. Oh, there's no note for a Siren either. But yeah, I think this is all really solid support. Again, these two decks will never be super duper broken, but I'm liking this. I'm really excited for all of these cards. I feel like I will use all of these cards. My decks, I generally go for the mill style of Ghost Trick, so I don't really care about these like pay 2,000 life points, and then there was another effect that was like for doing damage, you can with the Link monster you can attack your opponent directly. But still, if you are looking to play like more of the beatdown version with Ghoul, then these cards are really good. I like this. This is pretty solid support, actually, better than what I would have thought that Konami would give us. And I just noticed that this is a level 4. It's a Dark Fairy. We've already had Fairies. Fairies are level 2, so I don't know why they're going away from this and doing a level 4, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wish this would have just been like a level 2 or something. Why is that a 4? I'm glad that I noticed that before I finish this video. But guys, I think that's about going to do it for today. If you guys are into these more fun decks, tomorrow actually ends the banishment of, opening my tin of lost memories, the banishment of my Morphtronic deck. So I've been banned from playing Morphtronics for 6 months due to events that I made from the March ban list. That banishment is over tomorrow. There's been so many videos where I've wanted to play with my Morphtronic deck, wanted to do combo videos. So the video coming out tomorrow is going to be a Dual Nexus video where I'll be doing like a deck challenge. So I think what I'm going to go for is I'm going to try to mill myself out. So I'm going to be trying to lose, which I think I've done before. I'm going to try to deck myself out by playing Morphtronics. So I'm going to have to mill my entire 40-card deck, pass to my opponent. Opponent ends his turn, and I have 0 cards left in the deck. That's what I think is going to be the challenge. Otherwise, if you guys see something different tomorrow, don't be surprised. But yeah, I think that's going to be a fun one. I like doing all of those deck build challenges. So I've done deck build challenges with Ghostricks, where I believe I milled my opponent. I don't think I've done one with Ghostrick Angel of Mischief, where I got 10 materials though. So that could be something in the future. So if you guys like those videos, make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. If you guys enjoyed this video, this is like the first new card reveal review video that I've ever done. I know that they're very popular with like DZ and Simo and whatnot. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.